Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to California Memorial Stadium in Berkeley, California, to this live stream brought by NorCal Sports TV. We have some great lacrosse on hand today, and a beautiful day in Berkeley. It's the number seven ranked Michigan State Spartans versus the number 12 California Golden Bears. A huge game, really at the top of the tier in MCLA Division I here. Both teams come in really needing a win today for separate reasons. The Cal Bears have suffered 3 straight losses to top 10 ranked teams at the hands of Arizona State, Utah, and BYU, while Michigan State comes in on an upward trajectory, 4-0 with a huge win against Boston College to boast. So both teams really looking to cement a huge win against a high-ranked opponent on their resume going forward to the national tournament in May. I'm joined by my colleagues and former teammates here at Cal Lacrosse for the past 4 years, Max McCone and Nick Sheehan. Guys, welcome, and excited to walk with you through today's game. Any thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Excited to be here for this matchup. Briefly going to go through players to watch. So for Michigan State Spartans at East Lansing, really the top players on site today are going to be the attackmen. And that's number 5, Charlie Pissner, coming with 37 goals and 22 assists from last year. Primarily a wing dodger, but a big lefty shooter. Number 6, Brett Braun, attack, has 100 goals marked in 4 years of play. Really creative player off ball. So the Bears will be looking to, lock him on crease. Lastly, number 7, Bennett Ostrink, 50 goals, 25 assists last year, is coming into this game with 2 game winners already in previous matchups this season. Big kid, 6'3", 215 pounds, righty, all-conference first team, honorable mention, MCLA All-American. Lastly, we have Patrick Donovan, Defensive Player of the Year last year, first team All-American, number 22.
Several players to watch on the Cal side of the ball, too, and featuring John Josie, senior captain, as well as Jake Pistotnik, the face-off man here. He'll face Hunter Stevens from Michigan State to get us underway. We got a violation to start the game on Pistotnik. It's going to go the way of the Spartans.
Yeah, guys, I'm excited for the matchup today. We have 2 top 15 opponents, both hungry for a win. Michigan State starting a long road trip this week. Cal looking to get on the board in the win column with a quality victory over a top 10 opponent, and I think they're going to be fired up for this one.
Some early pressure there by Cal on its first session here for Michigan State. Let's see if that maintains throughout the afternoon. But Spartans have it settled now at the top of the box.
Again, Michigan State really has 3 very balanced and skilled attackmen. They're going to look to get them rolling early. The Bears are going to have to be on their toes with help side.
That's 14, Keegan Wells, who's going to initiate us on Cal's 14, Nick White, opposite number. Finney and Mager D's up now. Initiating again. He's got top side on number 15, Rusty McDonough. But a good slide there by Josh Chen, number 40, filling in a pull today due to injury to key player for Cal, Zach Shore. But Josh Chen, more than a capable replacement for the Bears.
Rusty McDonough, strong, interception there, Matt Lazanich.
Lazanich, the ball-hawking LSM there for the Bears with his first of hopefully many takeaways today. And Nick White's got it on transition here.
Great defense by the Bears that time. They were really settled. They were helping. They were talking.
Got Lazanich streaking.
Lazanich always wanting the ball. You'd love to see that. And Nick White's created some offense here. Let's see if the Bears will like to use it. But probably smart decision to just get set up.
On the Cal side, another player to watch here, number 39, Sean Tran, draws the penalty, timely.
First flag of the day.
Sean Tran, a very heady crease man, emulates a young Max McCone back in his heyday. Had 4 goals last week against BYU, looking to recreate a similar performance.
Got a bobbled pass there and a smart play by Michigan State. Just get it out of bounds and start this man down for them. Cal will be happy to take the first penalty of the day. We talked to Coach Webster beforehand, and he really wants to keep the Bears 6-on-6 or better today, limit transition and stay out of the box. So they'll be happy to be on the right side of the first man up of the afternoon. We got Cal man up here coming out. Looks like Pistotnik's coming on. And we're underway.
Yeah, look for Cal to get a good look off this first man up. Something Coach Webster takes a lot of pride in is man up possession, passing up the good shot for the great shot. So let's see if they can do that here.
The movement's begun. It's to Grote across the way. Lee, he's found Lombardo. Well defended so far, and it's tipped out of play.
Bears will maintain possession here.
.30-second penalty has been killed. Still some man-up opportunity here. And Lombardo may have a shot. He
That's a
scores!
goal.
First goal of the day. That's the sophomore attackman, Jake Lombardo. Cal's on the board first.
Great patience by the Bears that time. The penalty did get released, but they maintained the opposition. Yeah, Lombardo, great left-handed shot there off the feed from Dylan Lee.
And that's big for the Bears to strike first. They really need this W today, and to get the energy going in the right direction is a huge goal for them. Pistotnik's kicked it back there, and that's McDonough who's going to come with the ground ball. He's got a man behind him. Good awareness, but he's lost it. And he's doubled and gets away.
Smart move there by McDonough just to get the ball back.
Some two-down pressure here on the ride for Michigan State. Cal works it well. Brandon Kuhnert bringing it up the field. And he's found Cameron Lopez. Pistotnik, he will shoot from here. And he throws it away.
So this goes to one of our my keys to the game for the Bears is possession. Cal had 28 turnovers last week against BYU. And that's something that Coach Webster's really emphasized this week. Maintaining possession. Cal did a great job of winning the face-off, but unfortunately turned it over as they were trying to clear. So going forward, important
10-man rides on here. Michigan State's caught Beatty out, and they've scored.
And that's Bennett Osterink with the first goal for Michigan State Spartans. That's his 11th goal in the season. Number 7, Osterink will be a really key player to watch. He's, big attackman, creative. That was a nice goal there.
No doubt.
10-man.
No doubt Cal trying to dictate pace early with a 10-man ride. Unfortunately, we're not able to get back in time, and Osterink took advantage.
You have to be on the lookout for that long pass there on the 10-man rides. Be more on the attackman stick going forward. Feel like, recall the first goal by BYU also came against the 10-man ride last week.
You're right.
Number 12, Matt Dixon's in on that ground ball, but it's lost and it goes Michigan State's way. Lazanich has it now. Smart play, moves it over to Jake. Stotnik has a step. Double coming.
Look to see Michigan State initiate a lot of pressure from the defensive side. They're experienced team. They're big. They're strong. They're physical, and I think we can see them impose their will, at least try to, throughout the game.
Cal Bears really controlling the ball here and winning possession. Hopefully they can keep that on for the rest of the game. I believe that might be one of your key takeaways for today's game, Max.
Yeah, again, Bears want to play 6v6 as often as possible, limiting transition, staying out of the penalty box, and also just maintaining overall possession, limiting turnovers, and passing up good shots for great shots.
Got some attackmen down here on this ride.
No
Cal
longer
is not in the 10-man. Good pressure by DeGroat, who's back for his first game after suffering concussion in the Texas game. We have a high hit there. No flag down.
No laundry on the field here.
Finally a call, and
Osterink's slow to get up.
That was a big hit on the goalie.
Michigan State will maintain possession. Not sure of the call. Probably an off-ball push.
Looks like the Stripes are going to let the boys play today.
That's what the early indication would be.
Expect nothing less from two top 15 opponents. We're a little over 5 minutes in, and we got 1-1.
Michigan State's first possession on offense here. Excited to see their settled 6v6 play.
Some high pressure by the Cal D mids. Not going to let them settle in here.
In cage today for the Bears is Nick Beatty, sophomore goalie, voted captain by his teammates and coaches out of Florida.
Florida, I believe.
Yeah. Wow,
there's a goal by the Spartans. Long range.
Number 8 goal there. Blake Turner. Off the feed from number 1, Nick Bowman. Great shot. Nick Beatty had no chance on that shot.
So after Cal grabs the first goal, some swings and momentum here for the Spartans, which they needed. They're on a long road trip here over what I presume is their spring break. They play Sonoma on Tuesday and Florida later in the week, who's also here out west. So bringing the energy off those tired legs from the plane and getting fired up is a big goal for them, I'm sure. But the Bears win the face-off again. It's Lazanich ball hawking so far, but he's under pressure and he's lost it out of bounds.
Yeah,
the Spartans are starting to get fired up here.
Yeah, some early keys, Taylor, that I have from Michigan State is energy early. Again, this is the first game of a long week. They've come a long way since East Lansing. Been watching to see if they've been energetic early, and it's clear that they are. Number 2, controlling possession. Michigan State brings very strong attackmen, and it's going to be important for them to get the ball in their sticks. And then 3, just use their experience. You know, they have a great roster. They're really well balanced, and so let's look to see them maintain some experience and as they play a younger Cal team.
Cal's come up with the ground ball in defense, and Beatty's sent a long ball down the field, and Cal has some transition now. Lombardo's come up with it like he always seems to. And he's going to like to settle. No. He's gone to DeGroat. And Cal will settle it. Expect to see DeGroat today at both midi and attack. Webster's trying to find ways for him to get involved in his first game back. And that third line's out here for Cal, who Webster talked to us before the game, Max.
Yeah, Webster, really wants the third line to get involved here in the rotation. They've been putting in some good work in practice and have earned some reps in the game, and they're really well balanced. They're really strong. They hustle. And so let's look to see what they can do, initiate some offense.
Yeah, look for them to create opportunities for each other rather than their own offense there. DeGroat's lost the ball, but there's Cameron Toy, one of the Cal captains, on the ground ball.
Yeah, just like I said, keeping the possession alive, earning every ground ball.
Cal maintains the possession after the shot.
That's freshman 35 Hank Taft on that shot out of Mill Valley, California.
Nick, what are some keys for this Cal offense in order to get in a rhythm?
I think you hit it earlier. It's patience. We do have a very young attack here on the Bears, and I think dealing with these big Michigan State deep holes, it's really just patience and control and off-ball movement. I think that really was put on display against BYU and got a couple quick goals from off-ball movement. I think they're looking to replicate that again today.
DeGroat's got the edge, but is well defended by the Spartans. Someone got a stick in there. Lombardo backs up.
Yeah, Nick, I don't think you could have said it any better. Webster has a very strong system and a lot of new players filling some roles. So as we are early in the season, look to see the Bears continue to get crisper and crisper as we head towards May.
Toy is going to initiate here. Sweeps across the top.
Yeah, Cam Toy voted captain as well this year. Great person on and off the field. Someone that the other players look to for some leadership.
That's picked off there by the Spartans in transition. Opportunities the other way.
That's great active defense by the Spartans on that possession.
That's Hunter McDonald, the short stick midi, who's created that turnover. And Michigan State's got it behind.
I'm really impressed by Michigan State's energy here early. Their bench is active. They're cheering for each other. They're getting up on the sideline, and you can see on the field that they really came here to play.
Looks like we've got Taft freshman midi for the Cal Bears stuck on defense. Watch for the Spartans to go after him. Not a traditional defensive midi.
Also getting his first action today is freshman LSM, Jack Gillespie. Impressive LSM for the Bears in his first year.
Yeah, left-handed, really complements Matt Lazanich, the starter, well. To have two athletic LSMs that can double pull, maybe throw one down to close D, and that can also create transition. So just keep an eye on 34 and 17 in white.
Spartans will initiate from behind.
This is Braun.
Slip action, but it's mishandled. Cooner on the ground ball. Wide skip to the back towards Beatty, who's looking to create transition.
Cooner, senior.
And the Bears go the other way.
Again,
that's Gillespie in the middle there. The lefty, he's throwing it across and intercepted. Cal with the turnover in transition there, and we're going the other way.
Again, that's something that Webster's not going to be happy with. They've just had a great defensive stop, great turnover, but then gave it right back on the other end.
Some tired legs potentially on D now for the Bears. They've gotten one off there. And Rusty McDonough is subbed in here.
Rusty McDonough out of San Ignatius Preparatory High School in San Francisco. Great defensive midi, very athletic, can really push transition. Look for him to maybe look for some assists here early on.
And there's that defense you talked about with McDonough, and he's taking it the other way. Gillespie's charging down the field with him. Spartans do get in well, though.
Bears should look to settle here. They just played a lot of defense. Get the ones on. Get the possession going.
It's two subs there by the Bears. We got top side here for DeGroat, and his pass for Lombardo is just too high. Another turnover.
Again, it's tough right there in that situation. You might have an opportunity to go to the cage, but again, recognizing the defensive time you've been playing so far, the last few minutes, to settle it up as you guys sub. But let's see if that's something that they'll correct going forward.
DeGroat really a jack of all trades. Formerly playing midi, attack. Ooh.
That's intercepted now. Goalie's out. And it is DeGroat who's lost it, and Michigan State's got it back.
I think this is just
ball's
early game
free in the midfield.
I think it's just early game jitters here. Like we said, big game. I'm sure both teams will find their stride soon enough.
Cooner's got it now, and he's found DeGroat. You hear the fuel calls from the Cal sideline. They want to get that settled offense in. It just takes some time. Catch a breather. Coming up on 2.5 minutes left here in this first period. 2-1 Spartans. We got the Cal first line out here too now. Look for them to take a quality possession.
Number 12, that's freshman Matt Dixon. Talented lefty. Out of Hawthorne, Illinois.
Josie takes it back to Dylan Lee.
Excuse
the
me,
agile
San Francisco,
midfielder
California.
out of Philadelphia. Well defended there by the Spartans, though. And they'll initiate through Josie. Impressed with the short stick defensive play by Michigan State so far. They've really contained the Cal drives from high. Lee now. And that is Dixon. Really not even drawing slides at the time are the Bears. And here's Lee, known to slice and dice. He's got top side. He's going to shoot, and that's high.
I like that take from Dylan. He's one of the better middies on the field, getting top side to about 10 yards. That's a great take.
Lee coming to us from Garnet Valley, Pennsylvania. Real hotbed for lacrosse.
There's Josie, comes from behind. An ex-attackman himself, and He's just missed wide. Good possession here for the Bears. Some quality shots. And hopefully one will find the net soon.
Yeah, Coach Webster looking to invert here with his middies behind the cage.
Josie might have taken a step in the crease there. He has. Another turnover, and Michigan State's taking it quick.
You know, that was in the crease, but that was a good possession by the Bears. They had held the ball for a while, gave their defense
Spartans may have numbers. We got our first time out of the afternoon. Taken by the Spartans here to set up in the final 47 seconds of the quarter.
Max, initial thoughts from the first quarter here.
You know, I think it's clear that both teams are playing hard. They're bringing a lot of energy. Both benches are very fired up. We're having some turnovers both ways. Not a lot of shots. Bears only take 5. Michigan State's actually 2 for 2 shooting right now. So I think, looking into the second quarter and for the rest of the game, we'll see a little bit more settled on both sides. But I like the pace that we're establishing early.
I was talking to former Duke defenseman and defensive head coach for the California Bears, Paul Jepson. Like I said earlier, really key players to watch are those Michigan State attackmen, and you got a glimpse, a little bit of their creativity behind the cage there with a 2-man game. Didn't come through for them there, but look for them to go back to that.
Cal. Last 3 games, they went down to UCLA and played ASU and lost a close game by 1. And then they, had a tough one against Utah, who's one of the up-and-coming programs in the nation. And then last week, they lost a very close game against BYU. So the Bears are getting tested early, but this experience is going to pay off down the road. So, you'll see with a young team getting more and more comfortable with these high-profile games.
They struggled with the likes of injuries, too, and Coach Webster himself fell ill the weekend of the LA trip and was unable to attend. So a lot of things falling into place there early in the season. But the Bears did look good last weekend. Hoping to grab a win today, though. Michigan State will elect to take the last shot here, 20 seconds to play.
Look for them to draw something up for Osterink or let him initiate. He's their go-to guy in these situations.
And it will be Osterink on Finn Mayer. He's lost the ball, but quicked it up quickly. His shot, wide. 3 seconds now remain for the Spartans to quickly feed the crease. Cal needs to find sticks and check them. Here's the pass in. It almost finds the stick of number 6, Brett Braun, but it sailed just high. And that's the end of the first period. We finish the first. Michigan State 2, Cal 1. We'll be back shortly. About to get back underway here. Cal has moved to the other side of the field. Michigan State finds themselves in the huddle here. Cal has looked good on the face-off so far from what they have found, but they haven't really translated into goal opportunities for the Bears. Again, those turnovers that plagued them last weekend have not been quelled just yet. Look for that's. I guarantee you that was Webster's message in the huddle there, to just find their composure, settle things to the offensive end, get quality shots, and convert. It'll be Postotnik again for the Bears in the faceoff, and Stevens for Michigan State. Postotnik loses the clamp that time, but the check on Stevens is good. And good physicality there by Matt Lazanich to find the ball.
Yeah, Postotnik's a very special player. He's more than just a face-off guy. He's actually leading the team in goals this year, and just really a well-balanced threat that teams really have to prepare for.
Truly a specimen on this Cal team.
Yeah,
Jake
you said
Postotnik.
that. Yeah, that's right.
There's a second flag of the day again, going in the Bears' favor. Likely a hold by the Spartans. That'll be a 30-second penalty, and Cal will be back on the man up.
Yeah, Cal's second opportunity from man up. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Webster gives the play to DeGroat, who trots out. Message is relayed to his teammates.
DeGroat, a junior out of Ambler, Pennsylvania. Big Philadelphia Eagles fan. Had a chance to speak with him before the game. Really fired up about the Super Bowl win by the Eagles. Big Nick Foles fan. I think he immediately went to purchase a jersey following the Super Bowl. But love to see the hometown win for the Philadelphia boy.
Yeah, I saw him walking up before the game with a world champion Super Bowl hat on. So, the guy's a diehard.
His pass through just really can't find Lombardo. That connection you've seen work so many times in the man up for the Bears last year just doesn't pan out that time. And the man down clear now for the Spartans. Penalty has been released. But some man down pressure here by Jake Lombardo has forced their pull to bring it up the middle of the field.
Offsides.
Offsides calls, they're not answered. And he's taking it all the way. Saved by Beatty. Ball's loose in the crease, but we got a whistle. And it's going to go Cal way. Michigan State player intruded upon Beatty's crease. Big save there by Beatty to quell that. That would have been a big momentum gain for the Spartans. And Cal goes the other way.
Yeah, Michigan State got away with a brief offsides penalty. Not called. Fortunately, Beatty able to make the save.
Yeah, great for Beatty to get his first save of the afternoon as well. And there's a shot by Postotnik. It's tipped.
Would really like to see Postotnik's shot numbers up. He's deadly from far range.
And you've seen it right there. When that step down doesn't get interfered with, it's a scary sight to see for opposing goalies. Lombardo now.
Lombardo's got the shorty behind.
Yeah, well defended
Look to go
though.
at him.
It'll be Josie. Oh, that's Postotnik, excuse me. Really boring into his defender here, and he's gone across the way to Lee. He's drawn the slide. It's Lombardo. He's in tight to just missed there. We got a push though. That's 27 Matt Keeney they were looking for in the crease. Great vision by Lombardo. It just didn't quite pan out due to the foul there, and Cal will restart.
It's a great look for the Bears in tight.
As you can see, DeGroat now is back at midi. Really a jack of all trades, like I said. Look to get him going early on in this game.
Lee splits. Has some room to shoot, and it's gone wide.
Just want to quickly highlight Matt Keeney, freshman attackman. Great vision behind the cage. Six assists on the season. Really look for him to find the skip lanes to these big shooters at midfield. Josie, Lee, and DeGroat.
He's drawn the double there, but no offense to gain from it. And now a screen behind. Well placed. The Michigan State's D there again. Answered, saved by Boland.
Amazing
and opportunity
save.
the other way. Michigan State has some numbers here. He's gone left. It's number 5 there. Charlie Pissner, the third of the trio of attackmen for the Spartans, but he elects to settle it down. A big save there for Kevin Boland, the senior goalie from New Jersey. Stuffed him right on the crease. Great look, though, for the Bears. Their first real quality look of the afternoon. Cal has their preferred defense out there. Nick White, the senior defensive mid, and my longtime partner on D. And Michigan State's got his driver through the crease, and it's the goal.
That was a great cut by number 1, Nick Bowman. I believe his second point off the day to complement an assist earlier.
Yeah, it's just some off-ball movement there by the Spartans, and it's got Cal a little sleeping a little bit. He's just got one step too many, and he's found the cage with it.
Yeah, just caught out of position there on the cut. Turned his head a little bit, led to a goal. Again, the save by Boland really set that up. Big momentum play by the goalie for Michigan State.
Got Mark Galante at the X, the third of Cal's strong face-off performers.
Yeah, you'll see him bring a different element to the face-off game than Pastanek, and he's come up with a ground ball there. Galante shows that power cradle. Complements his new haircut well.
Yeah, Galante's more of a pure Fogo. Actually played offensive midi in high school before transferring to kind of an LSM and then eventually face-off position and now exclusively face-off. But I know his dad's in the stands cheering him on. Galante family's great supporters of Cal Lacrosse. And
Mr. Galante, a super fan of sorts of Cal Lacrosse.
They're happy to see him get that face-off win right there.
Some opportunity for subbing play, Josie.
And that's just another interfered pass there, and almost offense the other way, but we've got an off-ball push by the Spartans.
One thing I'm noticing is that Michigan State sideline is absolutely juiced right now. They are totally fired up. They're excited to play, and it's reflecting in the score.
Josie looking to create his own offense. Instead, he's gone behind. Lombardo gives him the option of the two-man game. Elects not to take it. And we'll start high again with Josie. Slide coming. And the tight angle shot is saved, but picked up there. And good idea on the movement, but it's gone past Lee. And it's gone over and back there for the Spartans, who are going to start again quickly. And I think we have a delay of game call here on Matt Dixon being within 5 yards of the start. And the Spartans still have a chance for offense off that. And it's a goal.
Wow,
Right by Beatty. That's number 5, Charlie Pissner. And Spartans really staking a claim here early in the second. The flag will be waved off.
Michigan State taking advantage of the unsettled situation.
We've got another flag here after the play. Oh, it's just it being picked up. Excuse me. Thought there might have been some words exchanged.
Max, do you think it's time for a quick timeout on the Bears side?
You know, Coach Webster, 4-1 early in the second. I know he likes to take care of those timeouts and use them for late game or half situations, but
there it is.
And there it is.
As you anticipated, there is the timeout.
Giving his team the maximum amount of time there to get their composure together before calling it. And the Bears will bring it in. This face-off will be a big one for the Bears. I'm sure Webster will have one of his signature plays drawn up for them on offense and really look for them to score.
This would be a great...
This is the first ever matchup for Cal Lacrosse for Michigan State, between Cal and Michigan State we've heard of, but not sure if these teams have ever met in any other capacity before, Nick.
Well, actually, I'm not sure if Michigan State fans are tuning in or remember the last time they were on the field, but I know back in 2008, Cal hosted Michigan State in football. Cal won 38-31 off of dominant performances from running backs Javid Best and Shane Vereen, both amassing over 100 yards and each recording a touchdown. Javon Ringer was the superstar for Michigan State at the time, running back. 81 yards on 27 attempts, but did have 2 touchdowns. So I was actually in the stands for that game. It was the opener of the 2008 season. Javid Best was a Heisman Trophy on the Heisman Trophy watch list that year, and we all know that he had a short career in the NFL before competing in the Olympics for the 100 meters.
Better days back then for Cal football for sure, but
future's bright.
Future is bright. Back to the action here. We've got a stalemate between Pistotnik and Stevens. And that's a good ground ball by Mayer, but he may have exited the box too soon, and he actually has, yes.
Finn Mayer has a tough task today guarding number 7 for Michigan State, so that's something to keep an eye on. Talented sophomore.
Cal Poles have done well so far on those attackmen instead, although Spartans really have created out transition and off-ball cuts.
Absolutely.
Here's Nick White.
Finn Mayer, a sophomore D-pole out of Baltimore, Maryland, Friends School. Going to take this opportunity for a quick shout-out. We have a listener, Albert Schmickel, longtime Cal goalie.
Also from Baltimore.
Also from Baltimore, Maryland. Bert, if you're out there, hope you're doing well.
I'm sure he is.
And here's that matchup you talked about, Max. Good D there for Mayer.
Absolutely. Just remaining active, keeping one eye always on number 7.
And that's Josh Chen now, defending on Pistner. And Nick White now on the high shot is scored again. That one from range and sidearm by number 1, Nick Bowman. He's got a multi-goal afternoon too. And it's 5-1 Spartans.
Yeah, Bowman is having a day, drawing slides and shooting with confidence. Really impressive midfielder. Again, just Cal late on the slide on that one, and Bowman had a clean look from about 12 yards. Nick Beattie, tough save to make with a talented shooter like Bowman.
Spartans right now shooting 5 for 7. Very efficient off their good looks and just well-placed shots.
Again, that speaks to their experience. Just a veteran team, played in a lot of big games, appeared in the MCLA tournament the last 2 seasons, so we're seeing some experience shine through.
Violation gives the ball as the Bear. The Bear's the ball off the face-off.
Nick, how does Cal get rolling on from an offensive standpoint? You know, they're getting a lot of shots but not converting. You know, what are some things they should focus on?
Well, I think Webster's taking the right first step here, getting some different people on the field, maybe give East Lansing some different looks. Here we have freshman number 43, Michael Bellis, 6'3" attack midfielder out of Irvine. I know he's got a big lefty shot. Let's look to see him initiate from a wing here.
And here he does. Here he comes. He's gone top side here with that lefty shot of his. The slide's there for the Spartans. And now it's Cameron Lopez. He likes that right alley, and he's taking a shot. Cal will maintain possession.
I know Coach Webster always stresses, you know, getting great shots, and I think early Cal's taken some ones that are from the lower angle. So let's see if Cal works to get to the middle of the field, shoot at a big goal.
Slide packages for the Spartans really showing up so far. That was great off the good pick set by Lopez, but the Spartans are there to defend. Now Lombardo. Sean Tran initiating. Across the way it is Bellis again. His right-handed shot into the chest of Kevin Boland. See if the Cal Ride has anything to offer. It does. Hefty checks there. Ball's going Cal's way, and it's picked up. Got an off-ball call now. And it will go back to the Spartans.
Spartans caught a lucky break there with the push.
Pistotnik with some tenacious checks there on the ride, and he was going the right way. Just that call robs him of the opportunity.
The crowd was not very pleased with that call.
Michigan State is offsides. Michigan State is offsides.
And it's found by our official, number 71 down there. Thank you, Max. Cal Ride did create some things to be excited about for the Bears there, so maybe something to watch for further in this game as Cal settles back in on the offense.
Looks like Dylan Lee's got a shorty up top. Would love to see him initiate. Very shifty, athletic midfielder.
Can speak from personal experience based off how many times that man has broke my own ankles. He is a tough assignment from high. And here he is. That's a left-handed shot by Lee.
Yeah, Lee once committed to Air Force before deciding to go to Cal. And he's really made his name here for the Bears, starting all 3 years. And the MCLA is going to have their hands full trying to stop him.
Matt Dixon now has drawn a slide, and his low-angle shot is saved, or perhaps off cage, and a scrum for a ground ball ensues. This will be a big win for Cal, and they have it. Some chances here. The physicality on the defense for the Spartans right now is very impressive. They're not shying away from any Cal player. Still a good possession for the Bears. Some quality shots.
Freshman Sean Tran initiating. He's got the shorty.
Known to feed. Josie wants it high. And there is the feed. It's just gone a little high over the head of the Bears. And another turnover. Matt Dixon it was over the head of, and he's getting back in on defense now. He's done so.
On-ball defenseman Josh Chen coming to us from Orinda, California, the highly touted Marimani High School. A lot of good production out of that school coming through Cal.
The man speaking himself, Nick Sheehan, is a graduate of Miramonte High School, if you were wondering.
It's a real hotbed for lacrosse. Harrison Drake also attended Miramani. He's the Bears' backup goalie, left-hander, solid voice.
We also have short stick D-midi Sam Tuttle on the Michigan State Spartan side, also Miramani lacrosse.
Something for the local crowd to be proud of today.
Yeah, Bay Area strong. Lacrosse hotbed now, more and more on the West Coast.
It'll be Bowman to initiate the offense again.
Again, if you're Cal and you talk about in-game adjustments, watching Bowman, he's really feeling it early.
And he wants
two
this
big goals.
On White.
Look for earlier slides. Michigan State's playing with a lot of pace on the offensive side, swinging it fast, dodging quickly, looking for redodges.
Good defense there by White, and they've drawn the slide, and the third slide's late for the Bears, but recovery is good enough.
That's great hustle
Beatty
by
wins
Nick
the chase.
Beatty. Great hustle by Nick Beatty there.
He's found his long outlet to Nick White, who did play good defense there, and he's going to settle the ball down here for the Bears.
Coach Holding not happy with that call. Thought his attackman was closer. The refs reward Beatty's hustle.
Looks like the second line will be out there for the Bears, featuring Lopez and Belash and Pistotnik. Big possession here for the Bears, coming up on 2 minutes left in the half. Would love to get some momentum going into the locker room.
Max, who do the Bears go with here with this closing in on the first half?
Well, they have a great, balance all over the field, but I think you look to get something going from Nate, with Nate DeGroat behind.
Belash has lost the ball there. Some trouble picking it up.
Again, my takeaway early for the Bears offense is they seem a little bit frantic, playing against a really physical team, so I think going with someone like Nate, one of the more poised offensive players, to establish some early pace in favor of the Bears offense.
Lombardo had some space there to work with. There's Lopez. And another check of the ball free by the Spartans, and they're going the other way.
MSU's D-mids are playing incredibly well early.
Impressive.
Jamming on the initial dodge, not even requiring a slide.
And there's a timeout taken by the Spartans. You might expect them to hold this one and try and get a dagger of a goal, or so to speak, ending into the half.
Taylor, you talked about key injuries earlier for the Cal Bears side. Walk me through some players that are missing for the Golden Bears.
Chief among the Cal players out is Zach Shore, one of their biggest pulls for them. Went down in the BYU game. And as well as Neil Lunsford, who hasn't yet seen the field this season, one of their biggest defensemen last year. and absolutely a shutdown pole. Other players out include Jackson Durham, sophomore attackman and midfielder, as well as Peter Dykes, sophomore attackman, who, for those who follow Cal, remember his overtime winner versus Colorado in the MCLA quarterfinals last year, as well as Tyler Umansky, who has suffered a knee injury that will rule him out for the year. Dylan Baker, as we call him, Snee, also finds himself out.
Again, the key with injuries is, the next man up. Who's going to step up for the Bears? Injuries are something that every team deals with. So the important thing is developing depth, and then hopefully by the end of the year you have everyone healthy.
So far, I do think the Cal Poles have been doing an adequate job on those potent attackmen for the Spartans, especially your Doug Shudo Memorial jersey wearer, Brandon Kunert, longtime friend of mine and big asset to the program here for the Bears. That's checked free by Lazanich. Big turnover.
That is a huge turnover for the Bears. Again, short time in the half. Any goal before the end of a half is huge, so let's see if the Bears can build some momentum going into the break.
Spartans do have a good ride going, and it's ball's loose at the moment. It's a goose and potential trip, but not called. And a interesting hit applied. That's scary to see. His head was down. Lazanich took a hit while in an awkward position there. Hopefully he's all right. Ball will go to the Bears as a result of that infraction, though. 1:06 remaining.
Looks like we got first line mids for the Bears here. Josie, Lee, and Dixon.
Big possession here for Cal.
Again, Lazanich, tough hit there. Let's see if he can find his way back on the field.
Lucky for him, he'll have a time to grab a breather here, head into the locker room. But now the focus is on this last Bears possession of the half. They've gone with Lombardo behind.
Webster may elect to use a timeout if he doesn't get a look he likes.
It is Dixon, his shot. It's off pipe and
an
into the stick of the Spartans defensive mid. A good check again, but he's coming back up with it.
That was a great shot by Dixon. Unfortunate bounce to go right into the MSU stick.
Successful clear here by the Spartans. 25 seconds remain. See if they can find some quick offense. They do have a player streaking from the box, but it's not found. Ball's gone into the corner, actually.
Spartans have yet to touch the box, and they get it in.
He's got an isolation opportunity here with 10 to go. And there's a good look. Saved by Beatty, but it's out, and the ball's found the net. Rebound goal there.
That is the All-American Bennett Ostrink with a heady play on the crease off the rebound.
That's a real unfortunate two-goal switch there. The shot from Dixon off pipe, and then the rebound goal by Ostrink. Tough to stomach for the Bears.
Yeah, a bit too high quality of a shot that you would like to see towards the end of the half there. And Beatty made the good save on the first one, and an unfortunate carom right into his stick. It finished well. 2 seconds here, and it'll just be scooped out, and we'll head into the half here. It's Michigan State 6. They've scored 6 unanswered after the Bears struck first. Cal will have some things to walk through in the locker room and hopefully come up with some big halftime adjustments. We'll be back at the start of the third. All right, welcome back, everyone. The start of the third quarter is about a minute away here, and both teams have found themselves back on the field. Cal really looking for that first goal this period. I think the first goal, you two would both agree, that is critical going forward. Any thoughts here as we head into the second half?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Michigan State definitely established early energy in the first half, so let's see if Bears can counter that with energy of their own. Again, the first goal, first ground ball of this third quarter is going to be huge because we know in the game of lacrosse, runs are common and they can be extended for a long period of time, and no lead is safe. So let's see if the Bears can take a bite into this 5-goal deficit starting in the third quarter.
Again, I think talking points so far is Cal 1 goal on 16 shots, the Spartans 6 goals on 9. Let's hope that we can see the Bears improve their quality of the angle of the shots they're taking and their conversion rate and placement on goal in general, and as well through just get some more bang for the buck off of the offense that they're generating.
Yeah, the Bears shooting 1 goal on 16 shots. Periscope data analytics brought to you. That's not a great percentage, and I think the Bears want to be a little bit above that, so they'll be looking to finish a couple more shots this half.
That attack for the Bears is going to be number 7, Lombardo, number 20, Brennan Cook, and number 5, Nate DeGroat. Again, Coach Webster playing with some different attack lineups. We saw Sean Tran out there. We saw Matt Keeney out there. So again, halftime adjustments are huge, and so let's see if it pays off.
Before we get rolling this second half, wanted to present a special shout out to a longtime listener and former Cal lacrosse player, Kevin Klenzendorf, out of Davis, California. Hope you're doing well, Kevin. Miss you.
Yeah, Kevin, great Cal Bear alum. Definitely left a legacy here for the Golden Bears.
100%. Pistotnik's got it stuck in his stick off the face-off end. A violation again to start the half. Is that 2 on Jake?
That might be 2 violations on Jake. I'll have to check with my statistician.
All right, we'll get Elias on it. Spartans getting set up. That's that star midfielder Bowman with the ball now. Line 1.
You know, Cal may look to initiate some pressure on the defensive side. You know, if this lead stays the same, try to dictate pace. Again, Michigan State with their athleticism has been controlling, it seems, for most of the part of the game.
Interesting look to feed the crease there by number 5, Charlie Pissner. It hasn't found the stick of the Spartans, and the ball's going to go the Bears' way. The Bears are juiced about that.
Yeah, that's the play Cal Bears really need, something like that. A strong check from Finney and Mayer. Real turning point here early on in this first half. Let's see if Bears can capitalize off the turnover.
Ball's cleared easily, and Nick White brings it in.
Nick White played football for the Bears for a while before switching just to lacrosse.
He
wide
also,
receiver.
Is known to bring out a large fan contingent. Not sure if they're in attendance today, but usually you're able to hear them audibly from the sidelines whenever Nick touches the ball.
Yeah, it makes me think they're not here because we can't hear them. So
maybe spring workouts. Matt Dixon now. The early slides from the Spartans very apparent, and Cal needs to hopefully move the ball quicker off them to find some opportunities. High sweep there, and he's found the net. That's Dylan Lee. That's the goal the Bears needed. Absolute skyrocket of a shot with his left hand and finds the goal.
yeah, when you're up against the wall, you look to your superstars to make great plays, and this is one of them. Dylan Lee sweeping to the left, shot, back post, overhand, fundamentally sound lacrosse. The start the Bears were looking for in the third quarter. And Webster's going to be happy with that. And again, Jake Pistotnik taking the X. Let's see if they can get something rolling.
Big face-off here, and I would expect that same line to find the field if the Bears were to win here.
Love to see the community feel on the Bears sideline. Everybody going over to Dylan Lee and really congratulating him on that goal.
Absolutely.
Spartans do win this face-off. It's Charlie Stevens. Hunter Stevens, excuse me. 10 men's back out for the Bears now. Beatty out of cage. Spartans surveying their options.
Yeah, again, the
and
Bears.
It's going to be a shot.
The Bears
Intercepted
looking
by
for an
Beatty.
opportunity to dictate pace, and this is one of them, and it worked.
The Bears are not caught out of the 10 men that time. Beatty pushed in the back. He's found Lee. There's a flag down, and we have transition opportunities here. Lee wants it, and I'll go behind. We'll get on the man up. And that's the kind of offense the Bears want to create out of that 10 man. Bait that long pass, take it the other way, create transition.
The Bears definitely bringing some energy starting the third quarter, and no doubt Coach Webster wants his man-up team to capitalize on this opportunity. What kind of look do you think they're going to be going after here, Nick, on this man-up set?
I would look to see, we got DeGroat up top and Postotnik at the top right spot. Both big overhand shooters with high velocity shots.
DeGroat's also got that vision to make that critical skip pass that we might see here, oftentimes to Lombardo.
Yeah, Tran and Lombardo, great finishers down low. Really a well-balanced man-up unit here, so let's see if they can cash one in.
Yeah, look for DeGroat to find a skip lane.
Skip pass by Postotnik. Picked off. Ball's on the ground.
Ground balls are a
Michigan State
premium
wants
here.
a push in the back. They may have a case, but it's gone to the Bears. Lee switches fields. Good time to go. Coach Holding not impressed with the officials after that exchange of events. He thought there was a push in the back, but the Bears do maintain possession. Here's Postotnik looking to get his hands free. He does. Save by Boland.
Good save by Michigan State keeper there.
All even.
DeGroat starts in the wing. He's got to step inside and just stick checked at the last moment to send the shot wide right.
Cheetah-like speed from number 5, Nate DeGroat there.
His change of pace is truly deceptive.
0 to 60, fastest I've ever seen. I don't know about you, Taylor.
Probably the fastest. It's
Yeah.
DeGroat again, and that one's just high. Calibrating his shot.
DeGroat wanted that one back.
Yep.
Tran's got the shorty. See if he can make something of it. Really a slippery attack, man. As you see, he's not the quickest out there, but really leverages his body position and
Sticks position, yes.
stick position to maneuver around his defenseman. And that's a turnover. It's going Spartans' way.
Coach Webster not going to be happy with that. Forced to the crease. Again, passing
Another
up.
shot downfield on that 10-man, and that one's gone over the cage. But the shot is... Oh. Michigan State claims it's a shot. The referees claim it's a pass, and it's going to go the Bears' way.
Yeah,
Coach Holding not excited about that call.
Absolutely livid.
A bad pass on the clear, and the Spartans have it. Man up opportunities here, and a shovel shot.
Oh my.
Beatty sprawls out over the cage, and it'll stay with Michigan State.
Good man down kill there by Bears defense.
Oof.
Nick, I'm enjoying this fast-paced lacrosse. We have some lively benches. We have some lively coaches, and the ball's going back and forth. We're in for a treat for the second half.
It's Blake Turner initiating from low with the behind the back fake. And good physicality there by Rusty McDonough. I think that's in the side. More anger grows on the Spartan sideline.
They're going to look to invert. Short stick, D-midi. Nick White.
Cal cannot get a pull over. And they will take White from behind.
Bowman has been the
Bowman.
guy. this game.
The slides there from Mayer, and it's picked off by Cooner. No, it's not. Cooner thought he had it. It went through. Michigan State capitalizes and scores.
Yeah, Taylor, I thought I saw the same thing. It looked like Cooner may have picked it off, but it got through. Again, coaches say if you're going to go for the steal, at least touch it. Led to an easy goal there for, was it number 18?
I believe so.
Matt Rice, the freshman, coming up big for his team.
Another big face-off here. Chris Burpee finds a spot on the wing this time for the Bears. And Stevens wins it again.
We've been seeing a lot of Pistotnik today at the X. Max, what do you think? I know we have a strong face-off core, backup Kit Stoddard,
Got a moving
freshman.
screen.
Do the Bears look to go to Kit if Pistotnik's having a little trouble?
Well, I think the key for Pistotnik is he's not just a face-off, get-off guy. He's an offensive midi, scores a lot of goals, and something that Coach Webster always has to be mindful of is his energy level and making sure he doesn't get too, fatigued taking all these face-off reps. So Mark Galanti had a successful face-off earlier in the game, so maybe look to see him take a few more going forward.
Matt Dixon didn't see the double team coming there. Some nifty stick work by Michigan State, but perhaps a little too much. Ball's free in the middle of the crease. A push on the Bears. We'll see the ball stay here with the Spartans. 8 minutes remain in the third.
A lot of time left in this ball game. 5-goal game, nothing's out of the question here.
Absolutely, Nick. Like we say, runs can happen at any point, and the Bears have the firepower to do it. But they have to be able to take the pace back from Michigan State, who's controlling it at this point.
Some chasing sticks there by the Bears, and a good opportunity. It's off the stick of the feet of Gillespie, out of bounds.
And that's attackman Charlie Pissner
And
with that
Bowman
shot.
looks to initiate quickly, but Gillespie's up to the challenge. In fact, he's rung the ball free, and Beatty's taking it. Great takeaway by Jack Gillespie.
That is a great play that the Bears needed.
Bowman just feeling it today, of course, and might have walked himself into a sticky situation. Gillespie having trouble picking it up, but he has. Here's Pistotnik.
This is Keeney behind the cage, or actually, sorry, Cook.
Brennan coming off an ankle sprain injury. Webster said he's not fully 100%, but expect to see him out there today, getting some runs in.
Yeah,
Still a dangerous player for the Bears.
He actually started opening day before getting an injury, so good to see him back.
And there's Pistotnik on the feed. He's shoveled it, and it's off the top of the pipe after the save by Boland. A creative shot by Pistotnik that almost came off. And an interesting turn of events here as the Spartans scramble to possess, but it's gone out. It'll stay with Cal. Another big save by Boland on the acrobatic stick work by Pistotnik, and then off the top of the pipe.
Boland making some huge saves at this point.
And an experienced goalie. DeGroat.
We got D. Lee on the near side. Look for him to initiate.
It is Lee, the scorer of the second goal earlier this quarter. Well defended.
These short stick D middies on the Spartans have
Absolutely
really,
ball hawking.
They are fearless.
really outdone themselves.
Lee's beat him off the ground ball, but a tipped pass there. Great goose by the Bears.
Good hustle play. JP Josie, number 9. He's really the heart and soul of this Cal Bears lacrosse organization. Always the loudest at practice. Really revels in other people's success. Would love to see him put one away here.
Here comes Jake Lombardo. And another check by the Spartans. Sees the ball free, but Lombardo shows his skills. He's created something. And a great dodge.
Another
save by Bolin.
Bolin is really playing on his head today. Great take by freshman Brennan Cook there.
It seems that every Michigan State defender is really taking the challenge of guarding their guy personally and really challenging every Cal Bears offender.
10 minutes after the Bears, Spartans have brought it down, but they recover quickly to at least avoid transition.
Max, is it somewhat desperation mode for the Bears? When do they start pressing out a little harder?
I mean, definitely not desperation. I mean, we're still in the third quarter, 5 goals. Cal's has a great offense, that can score a lot of goals in bunches. But certainly, Coach Jepson, the defensive coordinator, could look to begin pressing out and see if Michigan State can handle some of the pressure. Because at this point, Michigan State seems pretty comfortable, passing the ball around, getting it to their guys, and initiating, at their liking. So,
Lazanich has gone for the intercept and lost the ball.
Huge save.
Lazanich again going for that steal, didn't come up with it. Left to a three-man opportunity on Beatty, who made a fantastic stop that really prevented a big goal for the Spartans. Clear coming here. It's Kuhnert streaking. They may not pick him up. He may elect to shoot, but no. There's a timeout taken by Webster.
Critical offsides call there for the Bears.
Oh, it's offsides in the Bears. The frustration mounts.
Lefty attackman Charlie Pissner for the Michigan State Spartans. Really all over the field today. Really working hard on clears, off ball. Impressed with his performance so far.
Spartans happy to take their time now. Clock is in their side at this moment. It's a good check there by Lazanich.
Lazanich got his bell rung earlier in the game, so it's good to see him out on the field. Will be key for the Bears to mount a comeback against the Spartans.
Heading into WCLL play, you'd really like to see them pull away with something to gain from this game, build their resume, and head into that critical conference play, especially with that game versus Cal Poly in Santa Barbara coming up next weekend. And that's a great play off the crease. Some deadly movement by those attackmen and caught the defenseman ball watching.
Yeah, again, the two-man game behind for Michigan State. Taking advantage of the crease,
He's got the
pick
slip
play,
there.
picking and slipping action, making it difficult for the close defenders, California.
You see the quality of those attackmen shine through in that moment. It's another early movement by Pistotnik.
Some uncharacteristic violations from Pistotnik. Looked for him to correct those moving forward.
First line out there again for Michigan State.
Again, Michigan State, a very veteran team, and just looks very comfortable out there. So I think that we can expect some pressure from the Bears right on cue.
We've got both short stick mids shutting off at the moment.
A double X.
Great check there at the end.
That's crease.
Calls being made from both sidelines, but the ref's call is that it goes to the Bears.
Good D there by freshman Gillespie.
Yeah, when you have both short sticks setting off, you're alone out there, and Gillespie did a good job with that check from behind to spry the ball free and get the ball going the Bears' way. Pistotnik looks ahead. He has Dixon. Cal should take this chance at numbers here. Again, the Spartans recover well. Dixon has it. He has his man ISO'd.
One thing I'd love to see the Bears do is move the ball to the backside a little bit quicker. They're really getting that first slide, but Spartans clearly talented at recovering.
There's Belash's shot. It goes wide, but there's Lombardo. He's saved again by Boland. And transition the other way. Kevin Boland's having a monster of a third quarter. Transition opportunities and scores. Charlie Pissner
starts with Boland in the cage. A doorstep save once again.
It's Charlie Pissner with the goal, but Kevin Boland will take a large portion of the credit there. An absolute doorstep save on Jake Lombardo and transition the other way. And that's a tough one to swallow if you're Cal.
Yeah, the degree of difficulty on that save for Boland, for an outside shot to miss and then Cal to get the backup right away to a quick look to the crease. Amazing save by the junior.
Mark Galanti taking that face off. Voted best hair on the team by players.
I think that's undeniable.
Absolute lettuce hanging out of that helmet.
Finn Mayer, close second.
Yeah, Finn Mayer decided to go the mullet route. Very popular among the teammates.
But not popular enough to make his teammates want to follow suit.
That is correct. He is the only one that is sporting that hairstyle.
Nifty skills there. And a shot high. That's Brett Braun showcasing his stick skills. But the ball does go behind for the Bears. And a chance at a goal at the end of the quarter has come up just short. And that ends the third. It's 9-2 Spartans. Cal sees their deficit grow to 7 here at the end of the third, and they'll have some work to do in the fourth.
I'm going to take this opportunity to quickly look ahead at the Cal Bears schedule in the coming weeks. Next week on the 10th, we start league play for the WCLL. We have longtime opponent and rival Cal Poly Mustangs, and this will be at Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo. Always a very heated matchup between the Mustangs and the Bears. Excited to see that one pan out. And then the day after, on March 11th, we have UC Santa Barbara at UC Santa Barbara. Another, once again, long-rooted rivalry. The Bears and the Gauchos have had some history here, so excited to see those two matchups looking forward.
Yeah, 5 games straight up on the road here for the Bears after this. After those 2 games Nick mentioned, they have away at Santa Clara, away at Dominican, and away at Sonoma State, all huge in-conference WCLL games that they're going to absolutely need to win before facing Nevada and Stanford at home to end off the season.
Yeah, looking ahead at Michigan State's schedule, they have a great and tough, I'm sure to be largely watched matchup between Michigan State and Virginia Tech on the 25th of March, and that will be at Virginia Tech. Max, I'm curious, were you more of a home game guy or away game guy?
You know, back when I was playing, I always loved getting on the road and going into someone else's building and see what we could do. It's definitely, you know, from a team bonding standpoint, being able to travel in college with your teammates and play games is something you look forward to. I know the Bears just got back from a trip to LA, so that is something that will be very something that they will remember once they join us in the press box when they graduate.
A lot of camaraderie on those road games.
But then again, we're here in California Memorial Stadium. Can't find a better venue in the country to play a lacrosse game.
Cannot complain.
Some special games, home and away, played here in our 4 years. But the game on hand is that versus Spartans, and the Bears have work to do.
Nick, going into a fourth quarter, you know, with this kind of deficit, how can the Bears, you know, look to see if they can get something going?
I think in a game like this, it really just comes down to big plays.
And a check stick finds the attack behind, and he finds crease action, and the Spartans score again. Some unfortunate caroms of the ball there, but again, great awareness by the attackman to find that streaking creaseman.
As I was saying though, Max, big plays. I think you get the ball in the hands of your experienced playmakers. Let them do what they do best, and hopefully get the momentum going your way. And like you said, lacrosse is a game of runs. Would love to see the Bears go on one right now.
Michigan State, basically on a 9-1 run, 10-1 run since the beginning of the game, have controlled the pace and possession.
And there's freshman Kit Stoddard getting the clamp.
Nate Chung also seeing his first action of the day at LSM. And Spartans have a chance off the face-off. It's gone off the pipe there. And another fortunate bounce. They have done an absolute professional job so far here today, Michigan State.
Yeah, they seem to be in the right place at the right time. They are battling for ground balls.
Ranked 13 to start the year, but if they are able to hold out and see through the day, I think teams around the league will begin to take notice.
Absolutely.
Already a big win against Boston College to their names as well.
2 early overtime wins against Minnesota and Minnesota Duluth with game-winning goals scored by their attackman, number 7, Ostring.
There's a save by Beatty. Midfielder did not change planes in the shot, and Beatty sees it well. And hopefully Cal Bears can get a good possession out of this. Dylan Lee looking. His shot just wide.
That's what I'm talking about right there, Max. Playmaker with the ball in his stick, just looking to make a play, change the momentum.
Right.
A little bit off cage for Dylan Lee, but look for him to go again with the shorty on him.
Cal players need to recognize chances when they have space for chances at goal and not wait. And time to seize the moment is now.
Absolutely. We got 8-goal deficit. It is time to be aggressive.
Some two-man game here behind with DeGroat and Dixon. DeGroat splits. He's got opportunities here, and his feed to the crease for Lombardo does not find the stick. But Josie has a shot here. Just wide.
That may have been Josie's first or second shot of the day. He's one of the offensive guys they look to. So, if your top offensive player is not shooting as much, that's something that you want to get going. So let's see if he begins to start letting it rip.
Great split there by Dixon. And again, the crease isn't there. But Lombardo picks it up and gets it moving. Always seems to come up with those offensive ground balls as Lombardo. And here's Josie, just unable to handle that pass. I think he thought the attackman there would take the shot. Cal Bears need this ground ball, and Josie does have it.
Max, I think you're right. The Bears need to play aggressive here, really look to push the envelope. To quote the late, great Sage the Gemini, gas pedal is what Bears are thinking.
Couldn't have said it better.
DeGroat draws the slide. And there's Lombardo. Again draws a slide. There's Josie. The slide package for the Spartans has been excellent.
Good up pick there by Dixon.
Yes.
It's Keeney from behind.
Lumber is being laid
Yes.
by the Spartans.
Physical afternoon. The refs have let him play. And they've been ball hawks on defense.
And the bench loves it.
More opportunities at transition here. Cal will be grateful to not see that convert.
10 minutes left in the fourth. 10-2 Spartans. Look for the Bears to begin pressuring heavily to try to make something happen for them in the closing minutes.
Senior Sam Pliska, midfielder from Kirkland, Washington, seeing the field here. All-around great guy. We had the pleasure to play with Sam for 3 years. Always got a smile on his face, and really just loves the game of lacrosse.
Yeah, he was team president last year. Worked in Washington for an engineering company and took the fall off before returning this spring to rejoin his teammates for his senior year.
One of the many scholar athletes on this team. That shot goes just high.
Nick, why don't you talk a little bit about the Cal lacrosse experience? We have some great student athletes on the field. The program is on the rise. A long push last year in the MCLA tournament. What can we expect to see from this team in years to come?
A lot. I think the future is bright for Cal lacrosse. Ned Webster and the whole coaching staff really building out this program to what it is today. Whether it's recruiting, fundraising, whatever it may be, this staff is really doing a great job to build this program up, and I think we can be excited for years to come for Cal lacrosse.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better. I mean, on the field right now, we have one senior, and everyone else is underclassmen and will be returning next year. So the Bears have a lot of young talent. The program is growing, and again, more recruits coming in.
Pissner has his short stick matchup behind.
Freshman defenseman Anders Chang from Menlo Park, California, also getting the nod.
Menlo Park's a pretty great town, if I bias, but
Wow.
And there's another goal by the Spartans. Some more crease action. I believe that's number 7, Bennett Osterink again.
I think it's safe to say this just wasn't the Bears' day. Looking forward to the play coming forward. I think the Bears go back to the drawing board, lick their wounds, write up some things to circle back to and improve upon. And long season, like I said earlier, so take this as a learning opportunity and look ahead. Webster's all about looking ahead. Not worrying about things that have happened in the past, and I think today might be one of those cases.
Yeah, Taylor, how does this stand for the Bears looking forward as they enter league play?
Well, as much as you like February and March, the early parts of the season to go well, seasons aren't decided in March. They're decided in May. And while this will not reflect greatly on Cal's resume, these games the past week and potentially the game today, they still have a obvious route to the national tournament via the WCLL, and potentially still the at-large bid looms if they're able to see some favorable results go their way. So really the Cal Bears just need to accept the losses at hand and what has occurred so far, and really push into conference play full steam ahead. The talent's there as long as the execution increases.
Absolutely. The system is in place. The pieces are there. Again, a young team with young players filling some big roles, some key roles on the field. So look for them to just continue to grow and learn as the season progresses. And these losses to veteran teams are great opportunities to learn.
Great fake there by number 77, the LSM. That's Ian Guinord.
And then on the other side of the token, we have Michigan State, who's going to, turn a lot of heads with their success early in the season. I mean, just from the eye test, they look big, they look physical, they play well together. They're energetic on the sideline, and they came to play today, every player. So
that's
very impressive.
There.
Number 11, senior defenseman Max Scott with the ball.
Yeah,
nice to see him out there.
Dude has put on some gains since I saw him last the season prior.
Yeah, he was the fall combine champion.
And self-proclaimed gym rat.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We have 2 fall combine champions actually in the booth today, Nick being the one that isn't.
Thanks for that, Taylor.
Max McKellen, though, is a 2-time winner.
Cheers from the crowd asking the Bears to shoot the ball. I think that might be a good strategy.
And that is a turnover again. Ball thrown away.
Speaking of fall combine, cool anecdote. The trophy for the fall combine is actually a piece of the old Bay Bridge that was taken when it was demolished for the new bridge to be built. Former coach Daniel Norris was part of that crew doing that project. So he actually had a large brick of the old Bay Bridge. What would you say the weight on that thing is, Taylor?
Me and Max have obviously both carried it around quite a bit, and I'd say, well, he's upward of 30 pounds. It's a heavy decoration, to say the least.
Absolutely, and etched into it by strength and conditioning coach Brian Rutherford is, of course, the fall combine champion. It's etched in with a screwdriver, and it looks great, to say the least. But it is heavy and, not the most convenient trophy per se, but it really just really can tie a room together.
The trophy reflects the qualities of those who earn it,
Absolutely.
I would believe is the correct way to phrase it.
Absolutely.
I actually used to sleep with it for 2 years after winning it both my junior and senior year, putting it right next to me to remind me of the hard work you have to put in every day to be a Cal lacrosse player, student athlete.
Pistotnik. Bears look to get some late offense.
Just under 5 minutes left. I'd like to thank our game day sponsor, Darktrace Cybersecurity, bringing a fundamentally different approach to the cybersecurity industry, using machine learning and AI to detect threats in real time. So thank you, Darktrace.
Bellis with the ball. Up to Lopez.
He's drawn a double. He might take it himself here. He does, and it's just right into the body of Boland, who's got another save, and he's found Guinord on the long pass. Guinord sees his man, and it's 6, and he's gone for the 5-hole, but it's saved. And that's Harrison Drake in there for the Bears.
Marimani product out of Orinda, California.
Good to see Drake get his first save of the afternoon.
I'd like to take this opportunity once again to shout out really the people behind the scenes putting on this whole program, and that's NorCal Sports TV and Skynet providing the video for today's game.
The pristine quality that we've seen. And thank you to all those fans joining in with us today. Shout out to Kyle Todd, I see on stream, former teammate of ours, checking in. As well as a shout out to my mom, Mary Chadwick, who recovering from a shoulder surgery earlier this week. So all the best to Mary.
Yes,
if
our
you're listening.
thoughts. Yeah, she was a great Cal lacrosse parent, the Chadwick family. And again, for those of you tuning in for the first time, maybe this is your first time watching a lacrosse game, we thank you for joining. The game is growing here on the West Coast. We're in beautiful Berkeley, California, California Memorial Stadium. And more we're seeing great California prospects playing at the Division I level, including Quinn McCone and Austin French, Bay Area natives playing for the Denver Pioneers. They take on North Carolina tomorrow. So if you are itching to watch some Monday night lacrosse, I suggest looking at ESPNU, watching the Denver Pioneers take on the Carolina Tar Heels.
Excited to see that
That's
matchup,
a great
Max.
matchup. Two quality NCAA programs.
Yeah, we have Trevor Baptiste, a Tewaaraton candidate at the Face-Off X.
And Team USA Fogo, if I'm not mistaken. The only player on Team USA that has yet to graduate from college. Real exciting talent there, Max.
Yeah,
I know you had a chance to witness him play firsthand, correct?
Yeah, I actually went out to watch them take on Delaware earlier in an exhibition game, and Baptiste was an incredible force. Obviously his talent speaks for itself, but even better guy off the field and a great leader.
Kyle, one last chance, man up here. Would love to see him walk away with a goal.
Yeah, get some momentum heading into this week. Again, two huge games on the docket this weekend as they head south to Southern California or thereabouts. Chance to hone up some skills heading into that trip. Lee and drag the defense here. There's a shot, and it's saved again by Bolin.
I'll tell you what, Bolin must be eating his carrots these days because he is seeing everything.
Oh, my God.
He's going to sleep well tonight, Kevin Bolin.
He definitely got we got to check with our statistician, but upwards of 15 saves possibly.
That sounds about right.
You know, I think when it comes to time for giving out game balls, I think Bolin deserves it because he has been an absolute wall in the cage today.
Credit where credit's due. And there's another chance for the Spartans. That's saved by Drake. Not a bad save himself. And some opportunities here for the Bears to get it going the other way.
Entering the game now, sophomore defenseman Nicholas Miller, number 25.
Big shout out to Nick Miller, one of my favorite freshmen from the year prior.
Coming to us from Rancho Santa Fe, California, Cathedral Catholic High School.
Another crease feed. There was a man there, but it just didn't quite come off. And it's up and down action now as we head into the final minute of this game. Teams just getting in their touches. Some players who maybe don't see the field as often getting their chance.
Well, the Bears are going to have their work cut out for them, you know,
Absolutely.
going into this week's practice. It doesn't get any easier. You know, you got a road trip against Santa Barbara and Cal Poly, both, you know, nationally ranked teams with already quality wins. And to play them on the road back-to-back, Saturday, Sunday, is formidable. But, you know, it's also an opportunity for the Bears to make a statement that they, hey, are still a legitimate team and, you know, can make some noise come playoff time.
Yep. Every game now for the Bears is just the game ahead. Win that day, then move on from there. Some physical defensive play, but it's finished anyways. And that's number 4, Ben Sims, getting his first of the afternoon. And that'll probably give us our final score here as 11 seconds remain.
That excites the bench to see Sims get a goal.
Galanti will take our final face-off of the afternoon. And it's Hunter Stevens again for the Spartans. Been out there all day, done a fantastic job for Michigan State. The face-off game was well fought either way, I believe. Stevens wins it clean. And the Spartans will probably just sit this one out. Final score here this afternoon is going to be 13-2 in favor of the Spartans. A tough one to stomach for the Bears, but still games ahead, and Michigan State puts a big win on their already impressive resume. And I think the entire MCLA has been put on notice.
Absolutely. This Michigan State team is legit, and Cal, like I said, has their work cut out for them. We'll see what this team is made of in the coming weeks.
Well, thank you, everyone who took the time to tune in with us today. We enjoyed the opportunity to commentate for our old school, and that'll be it for us. Again, I'm Taylor Chadwick, joined by Max McCone and Nick Sheehan, and we'll sign off and hope to see you guys soon. Thank you.
Love y'all.